Okay. Ah, I'm always late to do that. There we go. So what was I doing? I gotta build a hull of a lot of these. I need 4 coke refiners. We could do merger. I hate that one. It always does that. And now I can do this. Not the most clean, but it still works. And then you need to go back over here. And these are gonna copy the same recipe. But it's 3/4, so I need 400 coke. So this is 120, 240, 360. I want this to be 40. Of course. Yeah, I'm gonna get my coffee. Be right back. Okay. Now we can do this. Does the thing worked? Yeah, good. Over there. What do I want to do? I have the sulfur. I have the diluted fuel. I have the water extractor. I have the refineries. That's feeding into... Okay, these all need... can I move these back a bit? I think I can. Yeah. I look better this way. Maybe there? what I really want to do is have... Okay, so this is the where I need it to be. And right now it's one back. One, two. Hey, big puppy man. Some Satisfactory, yeah. This is my fourth playthrough over the course of 3 or 4 years. And in this game, I wanted to start over and do a big main bus. So I have basically, we're not there right now because I'm in the power phase. I have a giant line of conveyor belts that span this entire section of the map. But I've just unlocked the blenders, so I gotta put in my diluted fuel, my turbo fuel fuel generators now. And I've gotten better at doing things a bit more quickly than I was in the past. But I'm still now trying to figure out how do I make this look nice. I need a couple of refineries here to produce a petroleum coke. And I want them to feed into a line this way. So I'm just trying to figure out how to do this part of my factory. And I'm looking here because I need this to be 1 unit over because I want to just feed in these belts of these pipes with heavy oil residue. Oh yeah, a lot of fun. Whatever, no matter what, like I can always come back to this game and still enjoy it and have a good time. Okay, so I can't do that yet with these, so let's take those out actually. And here. There. And so here do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's kind of off. No, 5. I think 5 is the right one. Feed this. Ah, not quite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's facing the wrong way. Yeah, this is always... I never blueprint these because I never know what I'm going to be doing with refiners. They always end up taking a bit longer than everything else. And this is the wrong level. The coke's on the level before. Happy New Year's Eve, yeah. Happy New Year's Eve. It's depressing. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I think this is it. That's fine, that's fine, this looks fine. But for now, I can upgrade these. Good. I can delete this. And then this can move in here, which is good for now. And then delete this. You play Satisfactory at all? Put this down. This way here. Right up here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete these ones. These be right? Good. If I power these up, volume coke, yeah, awesome. But it's not leaving. Something's not right here. Usually it likes to snaps a bit better. This one is also not working. What? What's the deal? If I take this out, put this here. Maybe it's just so dark I don't see it. No, this one has nothing. You never been in, huh? How far have you gotten? You gotta beat it. That's so strange. It's working for one, but it's not working for the other, even though they're on the same exact line. Let's put in a better conveyor belt here. Vanilla phase 2, modded phase 3. Oh, I never done modded. Oh, so you never got to the fun stuff. So are you saying you completed phase 3? Okay, now that goes straight through to here. Almost completed. Okay. It's been a while since I played this game. Like, so I kind of forget. Because my first playthrough, I think it's like 160 hours. Maybe longer. Let me check real quick. Yeah, okay, so my first game had 400 hours. My second game, this was a full 1.0 completion at 160. And this one, I'm on phase 4, I'm at 70 hours. So when I was playing for 300 or almost 400 hours, I had a much better sense of the game. Now I kind of forget. I'm just sort of blowing through it. It doesn't want to read this time, which is strange. I don't need these anymore. That I don't need. Yeah, so that's super odd because normally they snap. Normally they have no problem snapping. What if I tried one in more? Yeah. Been lazy for vanilla game completion. Yeah. You have to... I think what tends to happen is you start off with just like, you know, a couple coal. And that gets you past... This is so annoying. What if I did Mark 4? I never had this problem before. It's not doing the little snap sound you hear. Like that. What's the deal? This is maybe the first time in the game, in this run, something's happened that I don't quite understand why it's doing it. Because normally it's not a problem. Normally I've been lucky. Maybe I've just been lucky. I do this one? Yeah, see? Perfect. That's aligned. That's aligned. They're like the exact same. Ay, ay, ay. So let's delete this one. Made 4 of these machines. Pipe. 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 I put another pipe stackable here. Yeah, sorry, I was saying you start off with like a couple coal generators once you get started. And then you get like either the Mark II miner or something happens, and so you tend to go from like 16 in total to 32 in total generators. As you sort of maximize and fully saturate all of the coal coming out of those nodes and mix it with water, so the scale gets a bit bigger. And here on phase 4, the scale gets huge. Like, I'm doing 20 refineries just to produce heavy oil residue. I still have very few doing plastic and rubber. I need to go back at some point and do the same there, but it gets crazy. Okay, so here I'm gonna be building, I think, about maybe 100 or 200 fuel generators, which is the next power after coal. And in my last game that I completed, I think I needed to produce around either 30 to 60,000 megawatts. So I had maybe 200 fuel generators. Yes, I'm just trying to say, like, the scale gets much bigger later on. I'm not confident none of those are working. So strange. I mean, I think I'll just do what I had before, because this is clearly not working. It doesn't make a big deal. Instead of lifting it at the source, I'll just lift it afterwards. Compare merger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somehow I still missed. Oh no, that means it's probably raised of some. Yeah. Why is this raised? Oh, because of this. No, is this one raised too? It is. These are all raised. What the hell? Oh. That shouldn't happen. 1, 2, 3. Can't really tell. But when these outputs are not perfectly flat, it tends to mean that they got placed down at a bit of an angle. Okay, so here, 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 here. I also kind of don't like that. The same reason is not flat with the conveyor belt. Let's just extend that this. 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again. Normally, like, I keep it like the mergers and the splitters as close as possible while keeping things sort of fully separated, just to conserve space. But in this case, it's gonna fit better. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. That also means I can move this one back. This goes here. And this goes here. Also fix this because this is coming from up top down. It doesn't really make sense because I bring it down, then I just like bring it right back up again. But is this all not hooked up? So that means I have to reset the recipe. Petroleum coke, petroleum coke. When I removed those machines, they took out the coke they had. Okay. So what I needed, I needed 400, and so each of these was giving me 120, so 360. So I needed the last one to be 40. So I'll just manually input this. Yeah, 40. It's nice. The 48 coal generators helps you for a while. More importantly, it stops you from having to manually gather biome fuel, and that is such a pain. Before they did 1.0, you had to manually feed each of those biofuel generators. It's only when they did it 1.0 release that where you're able to actually hook those biofuel generators up to a conveyor belt. So pre-launch, I had maybe 12 biofuel generators, and I had to constantly go back and feed them manually every time, and that was the worst part of the early game. It's still kind of bad, but way better, because you can just feed all the fuel, all the leaves and trees into a conveyor line, have it process the biomass, and just have it feed all of your fuel generators. So it's not too bad, especially once you unlock the chainsaw, but before then it was tough. Okay, so extractors check, refineries check, sulfur check, coke check, diluted fuel check, 267. So I have right here, right? 100, 200, 67. So I'm using the calculator. Now I need 17.78 blenders for diluted fuel. I can't go this way right now because this conveyor belt's in the middle of it, which is not great. I can't fit 17 blenders in this area. What else can I do? I can fit them here. I think I need to have, even though I just got this all nice and straight, I think I messed up. Because this line with these two pipes, we have fuel, we have heavy oil residue, we have petroleum coke and sulfur. I need to fit a huge line of blenders with this. Blenders are cool. Blenders, they take, if you haven't seen them before on phase 3, they take 2 solids and 2 liquids. So how do I want to do this? I like the way I had this all lined up, but I kind of put this right in front of this line. Meanwhile here I can shift these pipes back a bit and have it all be right in front. And maybe the petroleum coke would actually come up this way and around. No, I could just do that. I think I could just do that. So let's just check the math. So we're gonna have the outputs aligned. Excuse me. That works. That works. Further back one? Not that it matters, just to keep it even. But that does not fit. That means that I need another line here. How far out is this? Let me just place mark this. So it's right on the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Gotta do this so much. Around the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Bring this back. Okay. Here. So it's two pipes. And then 2 solids. Pipes to solids, and that means did I mess it up? 1, 2, I fucked it up. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those little mistakes that cast when you build off mistakes, I think that's the worst. I had misplaced the blender, and so this whole thing that I was gonna start building would have been misaligned. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Is it? Why does that only get me 2? Is it because of this? The conveyor belt? What? Is it because it's facing the wrong way? Yeah, that might be it. So if I had, okay, we'll look off the mergers or the splitters. So I have the first one is the first one to keep it easy. So those are liquids. So this is the pipe. One, 2, 3, 4. Did I have them just stacked on top of each other? No. Oh, that doesn't work. Good. Is that not gonna work either? Too far? Like, I thought I fucking tested this. So from the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. From the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So why is nothing? Fitting. I seem to be having a problem a lot right now. Five rivets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So strange. Oh, that's why. I fixed one of them, but not the other. I wonder if that happened before as well. It looked almost the same, but this one is also off, and I didn't fix this. It makes me think that this might have been what was going on with the other conveyor lift issue I had just earlier. Because it looked like it should have fit perfectly, but there's a chance something was off by one. Now let's try it again. There. Okay, yeah, so that's probably what happened. This probably would work better now that I've fixed both sides. I need it to be here. There. Good. Now I do the same thing. I need a junction. And what I've been doing over here, I think I just junction the first point and do it vertically on both. Just because it's a bit of a pain getting the junctions to snap in the right spot. Like, I just want it to snap. So this is what I'm trying to get rid of. I don't want it to be free. I want it to be locked. That one does. This one doesn't. There we go. Now, auto. Cool. Repeat the process here. You know what? This might be worth blueprinting because we have to do this a lot. And that's a lot of like finicking with pipes. Yeah, let's blueprint it. Blueprint, special, blueprint, okay, this goes here. We want blender. Collection blender. Put this in the middle, let's put one here. Right in the middle. I'm gonna do pipe junction. Well, this doesn't need to be here. I think that's just because that's how I put the power plants initially. So let's bring it in like I normally would. Pipe junction. You know what? Maybe let's do 2. Why is it so high? Like, wait a second. Okay. I hate that so much. Here, 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 here. Unstable. I hate Twitch. Oh my god. Offline. Fuck me, Twitch. I want HVAC or H. Hmm. What was the option? H.264 or HVAC? Okay. Oh. I see. Will I try this? A reset? Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. So same thing as before. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanna try, just try this. And if I did the pipe here, actually I need to check if it's not completely broken first. If I can even put splitter. Just snap to the fucking thing. Okay. I think I kind of like it better when the conveyor belt has the hood. So it was going to be one to the outside. And then same thing over here. This is like one unit off. This is... I don't know if it matters. I want it even. That's like right in the middle. 2 here, 2 here, good. Okay. And then I can do the same thing. Right, one off, good. I do the pipeline, the belts. We're going this way. We'll be doing splitters. Beautiful. 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 So since I'm doing a blueprint, yeah, let's get this to snap. But if I look at it the other way, say I do this and say I put this here. It's not gonna be the same either way. Pipeline Mark 2. Auto. Cool. I wish I could now just copy this part, but I gotta do it again. Bring this down. Bring this down. Power. Where do these want to be powered from? Backside. I hate this though. Like I want the power poles to not be clipping with all of these pipes. But putting it at the front where it's much cleaner, you get this problem. Okay, so let's save this. This is blend 1x2 blender. Stacked icon blender. This I don't want to search. Let me just find it. Clear. So I delete this. Just snap. Oh my god. Remove this one, this, and this. Put this back here. Get this out of the way. Still powered on? Good. How's the power? Is it stable? Pretty stable. Blueprints. Blender. Looks pretty good. So if I put this down, this will have overlapped. Cool. And now I can power this. Oh. Oh yeah, the recipe. Are these stopped? Oh my god. What? What happened? Why are they stopped? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's silly. That could have been a problem. Thankfully, they have a huge stockpile of petroleum coke. I take that back. They were all quite low. Let's just feed this. Here. Okay. So now run this thing again. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. And if I were to do this, yeah. Okay. Let's reset this. Now sulfur flowing? Yeah. We're gonna get rid of this one. Draw this back in. Nice and straight. I'm gonna reverse this direction so we have space to move it through. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this also means I can put now splitters. This needs to be closer. Is that it? No. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Good. And this will just be a bit lazy about it. So that's 8 out of 17. And I can do another one right here. Actually, wait, this is the front. No. Blueprints. This is all still flowing, right? Yeah. Blueprints, blenders. I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I don't know, 16, 17? Hmm. I can just bring this out from here instead. And same thing, these can feed back in and up on the same way. These are not getting the fuel. Okay, we don't have this pipe, part of the pipes hooked up. Let's just put this how it should be. Maybe, yeah, it maybe will help. Have another output line here. So I don't need to feed all of the fuel through one pipe, nor can I. That doesn't work. Let's get rid of this. Check the status. Okay, Twitch is still running. YouTube running? Already an hour in. Wow. Good. It kind of needs to go this way first. Then like this, so we can do another one here. Oh, this can connect anything. Yeah, I want it to be out, right? So there, 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 there. And I found since you're dealing with such high volumes of fuel generators later on, just use rows of 10. Otherwise, you're doing a lot of counting unnecessarily. pipelines. Every time I keep messing this up. The accuracy of this fucking thing is shit. Okay, that's all hooked up. I'd want to use the blueprint here. Make sure this is lined up. Right? Like this way? We have one output on the side that's being pumped back around. This is feeding into all those lines, and a second set being fed through here. That'll go this way. Actually, this one we can just sort of use straight on. This way? Yes. We'll do merger here. This already lined up. That already lined up. That's set. Okay, now it's the same thing with this belt. Hey, Cherry. Happy New Year. How's Skyrim going? I was watching some of that the other day. Yeah. It already is New Year for you. Yeah, I forgot about that. Cause you know, you probably have gotten this. I guess you're not from Australia, but you're in Australia. Because I didn't get an accent from you whenever I watch your streams. Okay, so I'm going to be feeding. This I don't need anymore. This is no longer used. Good. Clean this up. Skyrim can really seducers. What the heck's a seducer? I played a lot of Skyrim. I don't recognize. I don't remember that. So I probably want to do something like this. Like this is gonna be here. Pipes first. Here. Russia. I see. Oh, cool. Okay, okay. No, I need to actually build this here. And then same thing. Because as I build this, I don't want to wreck the current lines, nor do I have to. Then this goes here. Then this goes all the way down here. Perfect. Yeah, I want maybe it's one of the expansion things, because I remember one of the expansions for Skyrim was Earthbound. I remember, which was like you have all the house building mechanics. Oh, then there was like the Dawn Guard, which was like the Holy Knights versus the vampires. And the one I never played, which maybe I should, was there's like the Dragonborn expansion where you actually go into a different map. That came out a bit later. I never played that part of Skyrim. Shit. Now I wonder if I ought to go back and play it again. So this here. Do you have a what kind of character are you building this time? I remember I played so many different characters just because I loved all you can do in that game. Oh, that goes here. That goes here. So everything's feeding. Okay. We're gonna delete that. We're going to put in belt conveyors. One, two. Pipe goes here to here. Pipe goes here to here. Okay. So now I got to put in a junction. Where does the junction go? Please just snap correctly. I hate trying to put down things that don't snap. It's so much nicer when everything sort of fits exactly where it should be. But sometimes it just doesn't want to do that. Oh, see? That was it. Okay, so here and here is good. Hit the pipe, hit the pipe. Sometimes when you do that, it does break everything, so let me build it back again. Yeah, that's working because I didn't do that one. Hi Elf. Using Magica, Stealth Archer. Yeah, oh, I can't tell you how many Stealth Archer builds I did in Skyrim. I did two actually. I did one that was normal, part of the Rogue, the Thief Guild playthrough and everything. And then another one I did, I think I saw it online. It was just, instead of using an actual bow and arrow, you use the conjurer magic and you conjure yourself a bow and arrow, which is really strange. But I remember it working. It worked really well. Actually, I want to cancel that again. I want to do the same thing here. I want to do the splitter. No, I don't need the split. We'll just split it. Good. Now I do conveyor splitters. Oh my god. It's not going to want to snap now, isn't it? Yeah, of course not. This is not necessary, but it's hard for me to accept that it's not going to work the right way. Wanted to snap. One thing I always had was like, you know, the beginning game, there's a bit of a difficulty to it, but then I always found that with Skyrim that stops at some point, and then everything just becomes a one-shot kill. So at first it's like very much like trying to not get seen and whatnot, but then by the end of it you're just one-shotting everything. Just snap, please. Aha. Wait, why is it wrong? think we got it. Okay. Okay. Do. No power. So let's turn these on. Where's the power? Anything over here? What do we have? Still no power here. Okay. Fuel, heavy fuel. Oh, because I stopped here. Stopped a bit short. No power. Where is this stuff? Yeah. Okay, that's pumping, good. I think I'm good. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 needed, how many? 17. Will this be enough? So 10, 1, 2, 1, yeah, 10 times 45. $450 divided by 7.5, 60. Okay. 60. Oh god. No. What? What happened? Uh-oh. No. 1, 2. That's not here. Uh-oh. That's a nightmare. Let's go back. Why did that happen? Excuse me. Do I have any, like, grid issues? Jesus. So finally, so production is of overcapacity. Good. And these are all pumping. Why is it low? Maybe because it was shut off for a bit. They have the material they need. Now I want to get started on making sure that I can do rows of 10. I can easily do high volume fuel generators. They take like one, two, three each. Oh my god. Thank god the map's big. Okay, so let's try this. So say we have one for the pipe movement, and then this we go back here, aligned well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. Seven, 8. Nine. Oh my god. 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which means all these need to go the same amount. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing here. Yeah, this is where like the high volume building of stage 4 really comes into play. Not enough copper sheets. Interesting. I would not have guessed that copper sheets would be the one to screw me. And it's also really not coming back in. Kind of a problem because I still need more copper sheets for all the pipes. I think As long as we're solid here, good. Let's see what's going on. Copper sheets might be like a real simple one, like just those two. Yeah, copper sheets was really low on the priority stage. It's still tier 1 belts. Oh my god. Let's just call constructors too. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Upgrade all those. This is huge, but it's the old base. Kind of funny. Is it just this one here? Yeah, this one here. Now we do mergers. Mergers on the far side. Upgrade all that. Upgrade this. Mark 1. Oh my god. Upgrade this. So we're going from 60. We're going from 60 resources a minute to 780. Cool. I don't need to do any of that, but just for fun. So now I need to go back over here. Oops. That's funny. Equip that. Here's the new base, the hotness. So everything's sort of ready to get going, but I need to start moving things over and transferring production from the old to the new base. But I couldn't do that because I didn't have the power to run them all at the same time. So I'm going back and doing the power at this oil fields. I didn't pull any sheets. Let me drop back down and check because I need to make sure I'm actually getting the sheets. This one right here. Okay, well, the sheets are flowing. Still very few. I think it's just a normal split. That might be the problem. Yeah. What I want is I want a smart splitter. Logistics. Yeah. It's fun. Like it's kind of weird, but you use a hack of the hypertubes to really get around the map way more than you're supposed to. Overflow. Oh, that's why I didn't update that one. Okay, so that goes here. Since I replaced the splitter, let me just rebuild these. And now I'm gonna do this to this to there. Now hopefully if I come up here I can see that they're uploading copper sheets. Good. So I have a couple bases on the map right now. I have something over here, I got something over here, I got something down here, and I got one over here. And you could build extensive hypertube networks to connect them all together. You could use a vehicle like the Explorer, which I have, to drive from one to the other. There's a couple different sort of trucks you can use to like transport materials. You can use trains and have a train network set up, or you can just create what they call a hypertube cannon and use the physics of the game to continuously accelerate you over and over again at high velocity and just launch you across the map. And it is like the most fun part about this game, which really doesn't have any sense of realism at all, but it's always fun. So let me do that again now, because I'm got my sheets back. I can start building those power plants. So normally you just like do something like this. You have a hypertube entrance and a hypertube, and it sends you around. But here you chain them all together. And I should equip this jetpack just to make sure I have more control in the air. And that's a small one. We can make them a much bigger. Gives you a cool view of the whole map, which is like really big if you try to walk around. But if you go this way, yeah, you're flying. Okay. Makes getting around way faster. So I have more of these to do. There's like an exponential curve that happens where the first few phases of the game don't take very long, and then the last few take multiples longer than the ones before them. I can't even make progress on phase 4 now because I don't have the power infrastructure to support all the machines I'll need. The first challenge was creating new bases and supply lines to get the materials going. And things get more complicated where you're working more with liquids and solids and more advanced recipes that are at the top of the tech tree. And then down here it was still the next issue of you need to power the whole thing. Where's the logistics here? Because in the early game you can sort of like get by without being fully automated and sort of hacking your way through some of the milestones that the game gives you. But as you get further up, it's like doesn't do it anymore. You need to have a real good system to carry you further. Okay, I think I need another level here. Still don't have all the pipes I need though. And then the game also has you like explore the map for special resources and more advanced recipes. So there's a lot to do. Wait, did I mess up? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one gets skipped. This one goes here. I'm trying to follow a pattern. Each pole powers 4 machines, but also connects to the poles down the line. Okay, so this is here, skip. Now, I like to be a bit OCD, so it goes right on the intersection. So everything's nice and straight. And I think actually that was exactly where I needed to be. Yeah. Same thing over here. Cool. Are these getting fuel? They are getting fuel. So you got cool power management. So I have the current power draw across my entire power grid is 4,500 megawatts. If every machine was turned on and running at the same time, that would be the max of that value, which is 10,800. And then I have my power production right now, which is kind of fluctuating, which is not super great, because fluctuating power means as soon as it dips down past underneath that line, you're in trouble, and power production should be constant, so it could be a problem. But it's something you start off with these biomass burners, then you get the coal power generator, fuel power generator, then you get into some fancy stuff later on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this line as well. I said I needed 60 in total. Wasn't all I can do. I'm going to be producing more turbo fuel than 60, but it's fine for now. We'll skip this one, go here. Skip this one, go here. This is more easy to do. This is easier to do, thanks to the fact that I have the hover pack on, but at the beginning of the game, you don't have anything like this. You just got some basic gear. You're stuck on the ground building, but you can see at the big scale, this is not manageable. And the buildings get pretty big as well. These sheets, huh? They weren't a problem for most of the game, for the last 60 hours, and only just now, when I'm doing huge amounts of building, do I have a copper problem. How's luck? Yeah, still good. Still good. Maybe I'll take a break from that. And go fix something else. These are all good. They're all at 43. Why is it 43%? Yeah, I think it's just because it's producing too much turbo fuel. That's okay. As long as the problem's on the front end. If it's on the back end with not enough resources, then there can be a problem. Yeah. Same thing. Is this not... Getting it, yeah. Everything's getting the petroleum coke. So again, it just could be a problem where it's a backlog. Is there an issue here? So if it doesn't get rid of all the petroleum coke, and it doesn't use the fuel, the heavy oil residue, what happens? Backlog of heavy oil residue, not a problem. And this has tons of water because it's... These are getting enough water, right? Yes. Yes, again, because I don't have as many diluted fuel machines as I should have. These are not offloading as much fuel as they should be. I feel like built for a bigger scale, but I need to add more blenders. But I'm kind of not super interested in doing that right now. Because now I have enough power. Now I have the power. So I go back to my part. What am I doing? I think the next part is I had to do more bases to pull resources into the new factory and build the cool stuff. And I needed to build tons of conveyor belts too. I almost overshot. Okay. So here we have a radio control unit factory. I think those are manufacturers. Yeah. I don't know which recipe is more efficient. I might just check the website, because the way I have things now, I'm gonna be able to pull any resource I need off this giant line. So it's just a matter of which recipe I want to choose. And I tend to want to go for the ones that are more power efficient more than anything else, because getting the resources is not a problem. Sometimes it's about like some resources are more accessible than others. Here I've done the work to bring them all up front for me. Blueprint, manufacturers. Okay, that goes here. Do I have anything else after? Ah, supercomputer. Supercomputer, and then we go back to project parts, which I gotta start over again because I haven't put those on the new line. No, let me pull all these off. And I don't need any of the sulfur, which I kind of collected over the course of doing all those power management. One, two, three, four, five, six. Looking back, I could have maybe done this a bit differently, where I just have one conveyor line 4 stacks high, 2 go one way, 2 go to the other. But instead I did it a bit differently, where I have like a whole undercarriage here, which may be not the most effective. Need to do this too, because the way I've designed it, I have to do a couple like little steps over and over again. I gotta make sure I have the power lines all hooked up, because as soon as the jetpack leaves the range of these power lines, I lose the ability to hover, and so I just start to fall. It's here. So this is maybe not the best way of playing the game, but I've done it enough times now. I wanted to try something different. Okay, and this is here. still not enough. I gotta be building a whole other lane down. The scale of trying to build everything in one place the way I've done it. Because every new item gets another row, which is kind of probably a terrible idea. I'm gonna end up having tens of thousands, hundreds of kilometers of conveyor belts, which itself requires a ton of materials. And building everything in one place also kind of gonna wreck performance. The worst part is dealing with this finicky building. Sometimes the hit target is so small. It just makes building take longer than I want it to. And you keep getting stuck into the system that they have where you're doing segments of building rather than building like units of conveyor belts. And again, it just makes things take a bit longer. Otherwise I just run straight down the line holding a button down, and I can't do that. I gotta make segments over and over and over again as I go down the line. But again, it's different. Different than what I've done before, where I usually have had dozens of different bases across the map, all connected with intricate train networks that sort of bend and curve as you go through canyons and around in rocks, where everything kind of looked pretty realistic. I've never done just a huge base in the sky. One, two, three, four. Yeah. That was not. I don't know why I did it like this. I'll go here. Although now I can do this. Blueprints, belts. Blueprints, belts, single. Yes? This has made building in segments a bit faster. Jeez, yeah, this is slow process. And you make it's so error prone as well. The fucking hit target every time is so sensitive. Maybe it wasn't this like this in the past. Maybe I've just become more sensitive. it is frustrating that I kind of need to struggle every time I want to build something. Fuck. Fuck me. Every pick, even when I'm right beside it. Like that's my hit area. From here to here. And that's when I'm right beside the thing. So like if I'm far away at all, it's just ridiculously small. Okay. What next? I kind of should cover this up and build more poles. And I have the top lane to build as well. There's a lot that needs to be done there. The top one's going to be a bit easier because on the bottom I have to like sort of feed in things on particular areas and they stop at different distances. The top, the idea was I feed it all back in through the bottom, so at the top they just all feed straight forward from the start to the finish. So again, very inefficient because I just move all these resources back to the very start just to pull them up to the front again. So because they're really never going to be, or very rarely going to be used. But the thinking I had was in case like an alternative recipe was discovered that I want to use later on. Having everything at the start means I always have things available. Let's say I have like a piece further down that I want to pull back. Might be tricky. So this only handles everything I've already built. It doesn't handle the next phase of the game, which will kind of also be exponentially more work. Every new piece needs a longer path than the one before it. We have a square, right? And the square is growing in both its width and its length. Oh, out of concrete. Look how fucking far this is. If we take a look at our base from the sky, pretty massive. I lost my momentum. Being able to momentum slide is also great because this also tends to increase your momentum a bit every time. So it's a lot of fun to slide and go faster. Try to be fancy, but I messed it up. So you feel it as soon as you slow down. Okay, let's put this on the hot bar. This needs to be flipped around this time because we're going this way. I'm just gonna copy this. So as soon as this is lined up, we're good to go. Expensive too. 200 aluminum every time I want to build one of these segments. And I have a lot of segments to build. Okay, so let's ignore that for the time being. Let's build in the supercomputer. The nice thing is I probably have a whole storage container full of aluminum. The only thing I don't have is that all in my cloud storage. So let's build a thing for supercomputers. Parts. This one, yeah. Then we do blueprints and probably manufacture, right? Yeah. Same thing, conveyor lift here. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah. That's been my measure so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can expand this out a bit. Let me also change this. So if I do special blueprint, I go here and I go load blueprint and I want the hypertube junction. Okay. What did I want to do? I wanted to do like that and like this. So 3 gaps, 1, 2, 3. The 4th one's the junction, so let's build a junction. So junction, line this up. Good. That's good, that's good. So I use those to help me snap this more easily. Before I was doing this by hand. Change it to curve because unfortunately I have to do that, which I'm not happy about. Delete the placeholders. Power up these entrances. Like why? Why would it build a new pole 2 units away from the one I was targeting. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Same thing here. Logistics, conveyor pole here. Here, 1, 2, down, flip it here. So it's like real basic, just 2 manufacturers to get going as I start. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. Massive. Which one's sheets down here, huh? Take off. Oh, okay. 2800 aluminum sheets. I could do this a bit more quickly, because this, I could get like an extra 2 every time, but I like keeping all the conveyor stacks aligned. Hopefully I didn't mess this up somewhere along the line. Oh, looks straight. Those basic resources probably not needed so far down the line. Cool. I don't want to imagine the FPS, all the work that the game's doing to render all these belts. So let's see how many aluminum sheets I have now. You know what? Let me just do this. Options. Game. I can turn off the Christmas thing, right? This is my sync line, which I don't want to do. I'm going to keep this. Take all. That was up until aluminum. Shit, so I gotta do a whole other line for the more advanced parts after aluminum. That includes, I think, quite a bit. The idea though is this is a work I do once and then the rest of the game is a breeze. That's the thinking. Set up like a foundation that you never have to then worry about. It just makes the rest of the game easier, even though it's a bit harder to set up. It would have been a bit better if I didn't have to redo this midway through the game, but I kind of made a mistake as I got started. And the one I was building got pretty big, except it was facing the wrong direction. And I maybe would have had to like turn the whole thing to have it continue and fit on the game. Which didn't seem... it would have worked fine. It would have just not been part of the goal of mine. Having everything in one giant line. Still straight. Still straight. Thank God, because there's really nothing stopping me from making a mistake. Missing. Okay, so I couldn't do it. So I still have a shit ton of conveyor belts to build, but I can also maybe start pulling in resources into the top. So ingots. It's funny, the recipe for iron ingots way down here at the bottom. Maybe let's do this as well, so I can keep track of what bases I need to build. And you know, each of these has just all the space it needs. Before I did a lot of like 2-level, 3-level buildings. I think now I'm just gonna build straight out however many assemblers and constructors I need to build in each case. Yeah, the slowdown here is real though. Okay. So I need iron. And I need cement. Oh, I won't do that. I don't know why it's bound to. Iron ingots, cement, caterium. Quartz, plastic, rubber. That's aluminum. Yeah. And now I have reanimated Sam. Right? Is that what that is? Yeah. So those are the only ones I need to pull it. I don't really have silica. I don't think I need silica for anything. And I kind of forget what each of these are because I've started like changing the order of things that the buildings. So I'll pull them in here first before I set all the labels up. And I also need more Mercer spheres, 2, 3, 4, because I don't have as many Mercer spheres I need if I want to start building. Actually, if once I decommission the bottom part, I can reclaim all of those. So we get into a bit of a problem. We have still more phase 4 parts to build. I'm gonna put it down power too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hate it so much. Just builds one unit to the side. I miscounted. Yeah, I can feel the FPS drop from this massive base. And we're not done yet. one problem I had before is because I kept having to readjust the space elevator, as each phase needed parts from different tech trees. So sort of ended up in the middle of my base. What I can do is like, I don't need to pull iron ingots all the way down the line. I could kind of just stop with some of that. But yeah, supercomputers. I think this is actually what I need for some of the progression. I think I have all of those, which is fine. That's all in the line somewhere. This is radio. I'm not too sure. I gotta just check the website which one's better for all those recipes. As long as they use the same machine. And then I can just change what items I feed in. So I'm gonna hop off because I was like two hours, maybe a bit more than 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Next time I jump on, I'm going to start making some outpost bases so that I can pull in all the necessary resources to the new base, including iron ingots, cement, caterium, quartz, plastic, rubber, reanimated SAM. Then I can hook everything up, turn them back on, maybe just tear this whole thing down, which itself might be a lot of work. Yeah, so radio control units, supercomputers, radio control units, fused frames and supercomputers, fused servo motors too. I don't have a desire to do nuclear just yet. Drones don't really help me. I think this is the only one I really need. Yeah, I don't need this. I do for the field generators. Oh, drones are optional. This one you need. This one you also need. This is what I need to get the rocket fuel. RCUs. Do I have RCUs? I think I checked this already and the answer was no. I used the model up looking for hard drives. Yeah, no. Which I might still need to do more of in the future. Yeah, once I get Caterium to the new base, I can start doing all of this stuff. And then Power Slug that's later on. Quartz is not necessary. I don't have the crystal oscillators yet. Sulfur, I need that packaged fuel recipe. Sorry, that packaged container recipe. And this stuff I'm not gonna do. Okay. Save game. This is 70 hours in. Still quite a bit better than my other games. We'll see if it takes me a whole 160 to finish phase 5. Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Maybe I'll be back a bit later this afternoon. We'll see. Bye for now.